Hello, Chilai.
Hello, Ian. Good
Hello.
morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. All right. Yeah, very
Yes.
good. Yeah. Still got the same warm item that I had on for our last discussion, actually. I have
Did
changed it
you?
since,
I
but
haven't
yeah.
noticed, to be honest.
Yes. It's a Christmas present and it's
Oh,
yeah, keep it it's very warm. Very,
yes,
very
it looks
nice and
very
warm
warm.
at this time
Luckily,
of year.
we don't have the outfit police out checking which outfit have you been wearing for each
No,
episode.
no, that's it. Yeah, if I wouldn't have noticed, nobody would say, "Oh, there you go. Look, he's wearing the same stuff."
Same stuff. Oh
Good.
no.
Yeah.
Good. At the time of recording, where are we now? We are in January. Four
January the
days,
18th.
18th.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
4 days to my birthday. Three,
oh,
actually.
there you go.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 3 days to my birthday.
Sunday. And quick question for you. You'll start for 10. What was I doing a year ago today?
Yeah,
It's
right.
okay.
Do you
You love
expect me
putting
to
me on the
answer that
No,
question?
I don't. No. It's such a big thing for me that I expect everybody
Did you
else
have some
knows,
sort of
but
operation or something?
whoa, spot on. There you are. You see, you did answer it.
I did answer it.
Yes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was actually the 19th of January, which was a Thursday last year, and that
Okay.
was my very first ever operation in hospital. Yeah, having my gallbladder
Wow.
removed, and
Oh
that
my God, that
was
was a long time ago.
a year ago today to the
It
Thursday
feels
of.
like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, that's it. And in fact, well, I had another procedure 2 days before that, so you could say that was
Hmm.
sort of two things. Then, of course, I had my other procedure, a little hernia repair in September
That's what I was thinking
2023.
about. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel like
so
that long time ago,
oh
but
yes,
yeah,
yeah. Well, that
yeah.
was only months ago at the time of
Mm.
recording. So yeah, so actually 2023, although I say my word was simplicity, it should have been a hospital operation, really. That should have been my word for 2023.
Well, that would
So
have been
I'm
a
glad.
phrase. So
Yeah, well, that's right. You can't have more than one word. Yeah, yeah. Operation.
yeah.
But yes, I'm just one of those people, I suppose, that like to do, we do on the radio show this day in music. We take the date and
Yeah,
we
of
look
course.
back at what people have been doing in the world of pop music for,
Mm.
on this particular date. And we do that each
Yeah.
show. So I'm just generally keen on, and particularly you get these, like photo apps reminding you this is what you did
Yes.
3 years ago today. I was
Oh
having a
yeah,
look at some
that.
stuff earlier today. The hospital stuff hasn't come up yet. I think I started taking photos of myself lying in the bed all wired up after the event. So next few days I'll be reliving those memories. But I'm just one of those people that like to look back at memory.
Mm.
Oh, look what we were doing 7 years ago. Oh gosh, that was 5 years ago. I'd have thought that was last year. That sort of thing. It's just
Yeah.
it's it's good to look back.
Talking about significant days, in fact, last Friday is the end of the second week of January, whatever. It's called the Quitters Day. I've only heard it in the last couple of years. Uh,
Okay, yeah.
but we've been talking about this, and we've talked about the masterclass I did this week, and I do every January about quitting your New Year's
Hmm.
goals, and 80% of
Oh
people
yes,
do
yeah,
that, and
yeah.
they've actually got a specific day for it now, the Quitters Day. They People quit their New Year's resolutions, and because they just do, and I've explained all the reasons why they do
Well,
that.
that's right. We know about this, and that's why we've gone on to our what is your word of the year rather than what
That's
are
right.
your New Year's resolutions. Yeah, but
That's right.
it's that's amazing. So I mean, we're
Mm.
talking about sort of significant dates looking back, but you're saying they've now recognised a
Mm.
date in January
Yeah.
called Quitters Day, and it's
Quitters
what
Day.
it's the second Friday of
Yeah, that's
January, is it?
something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. It is
Yeah,
second Friday of January. Yes.
yeah. So that's
So
quite an
yeah,
interesting topic. Are we going to talk about that today then? A little
we're
bit.
kind of talking about quitting, but there is this expression called quiet quitting. I'm sure if you're listening to the podcast, if you're a regular listener, you probably have heard this before, and you may have even experienced this before. And we're going to delve into what that really means and how it would show up in your life, and how you can recognize it as well. But what I also want to talk about is a question one of my clients asked earlier this week, and that triggered this whole conversation. And I've actually wanted to dedicate this episode to answer that very question. So, and what she asked me was that she was starting to feel a little bit she felt like this January was a bit slow and she wanted to kind of
Mm.
start slowly, but she's always kind of go, go, go kind of person. And obviously that's a very different way of being for her than her normal self. So her question was, how will I know the difference between letting go
Yeah.
and not caring anymore? Because she naturally is a very caring person. And
Yeah.
letting go, as we spoke very much about last week, is just letting go of the attachment to the outcome, letting go of control, letting go of having
Mm.
to, control or know every step. That's a very important process in manifesting and creating the life that we want. But at the same time, um, it could go on to not caring about things enough, so you don't do anything anymore. And the general term for this is quiet quitting, often referred to as, people in corporate or a paid job. Basically, they just do what they're told. They don't question anything. They just basically come and go, get paid,
Yeah.
and become almost a robot, basically. Yeah.
I was just thinking of the word robot actually
Yeah.
while you were describing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I know. I do understand. I've got personal experience of that
Mm.
as well. I've been
Yes.
through times of actually, using that as a coping mechanism, possibly. I don't
Mm.
know. But just defaulting into this thinking, I'm sorry, I'm done here, but I'm just gonna have to
Mm.
go through. I'm just gonna have to get through.
Yes.
And
And
it's we want a better life than that, don't we? We
that's
want
right.
more energy, we want more positivity than
Mm.
that. We shouldn't have to just be robots.
That's right. And this is exactly what I experienced as well. And then
Yeah.
and this is what I want to really talk about it, because when people say quietly quitting, I quit the job, but I'm still
Yeah.
going through the
Yeah.
motions every day.
Yeah.
Basically, you're biding your time, you're coping, you're creating a coping mechanism, and you
Yeah.
are what was the other word that you used? Basically, just
Going through the motions,
going
just
through the motions,
getting
getting through
through.
getting through the day, going through the motions, almost like a robot without any feelings, any what it does do to you over time, especially when it constantly accumulates, and compounding effect of that
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
you is that you give up on yourself.
Right, that's interesting then, isn't it?
Mm.
Because you think you're giving up on the job, but you're actually giving
Yes.
up on yourself. Now, I think I do get that, but yeah,
Mm.
please let's explore that a bit more.
You give up on yourself because, as we said, we are creative beings. We are here to serve a purpose. We are brought to this world
Mm,
because every single one of us has a purpose. You may or may not know that yet. You may not have even realized that, and perhaps you have to have some experiences. You have to go through some lessons in order to recognize and
yes.
understand
Yeah.
and be aware of that. But
Mm,
until then, um, the only way you're going to get the lessons and the experiences is to constantly create and be in that energy, as you said, and bring the energy that you have to this
mm,
world, as opposed to just going through the motions, biding
yeah.
your time, looking forward to the weekend, but just
Mm,
basically not living in between those times. So you think you're giving up on the work, you're not giving your full self to the work,
mm,
but you're also giving up on yourself, because that becomes a habit, that becomes your way of being, and it basically chips away at your
mm.
self-esteem.
Aha, aha.
Uh,
But yeah, this does make sense.
mm,
Yeah, it's not just. Yeah, I kind of understand. I'm not quite sure how to explain it. You're doing a great job of,
mm,
illuminating it for us. But I think I know it's more than just giving up on what you do. It's actually chipping away at you, your
mm,
very core. And you are right. I totally, totally agree with you that we all do have a purpose in life. And when we're serving that purpose, when we're fulfilling that purpose, we're at
mm,
our best. And I
yeah,
think at our most fulfilled and our most energetic and the most positive and everything that we as human beings want to have in life, really,
yeah,
apart from materialistic.
yeah,
Try saying that again. Materialistic things, materials,
mm,
things. What we want in ourself, in that bit of us that's deep down. Call it the soul, call it the heart, call it the core,
mm,
whatever whatever you want.
yeah,
We do have needs and wants, and things. So yeah, that's my understanding. So,
And
but
and yeah, like I said, if you're a person who is listening to this podcast week in, week out, and if you're very passionate, you probably are a very passionate person and very caring and very kind of authentic and want to do better in yourself because you're listening to personal development related content and you're
yeah,
trying to improve yourself all the time. So what a big gap between someone who's trying to improve themselves all the time and basically giving up and
yeah,
just going through the motions every day, going up and going to work, coming home and whatever in between. What happens to those 8 hours in between, or perhaps more?
yeah,
You end up just like become cynical. That's an expression we used to use. I used to become cynical. My personal experience that I've already given up on this whole thing for very early on in my career. I worked there for 19 years. There's bits of it where I actually was really passionate and
yeah.
enthusiastic and got on and whatever. But there are some bits like I can't be bothered with this anymore. I'm not going to get
Mm,
involved in the politics. I'm not going to get involved in the energy of whatever is going on. I'm just going to put
mm,
my head down, do what I do, and go home and just have a
mm.
life outside. But it doesn't work like that, does it? Because you
No.
spend most of your time at work. You have a professional life because you've learned skills to be able to bring to this world and help
Yeah,
change people's lives in some way. I used to
yeah,
work in a food manufacturing facility where
yeah,
the products that I created did change people's lives. It
yeah,
made people's lives easy. It gave them pleasure. It gave them time with their friends and whatever. And to be able to create that and give them that opportunity was something that was lighting
yeah.
me up at the time. But
Yes,
every time
yeah,
you had an idea, every time you brought something forward and that never really got anywhere is kind of disheartening. And there
yes,
comes a point you just like, why would I bother? Why would I
yes,
carry on creating? So
yeah.
you're no longer a creator, but also you take inevitably you take that personally somehow.
So somehow you're becoming what the surroundings are forcing on you almost, because I can see what's going on in your example there. You're trying to be yourself. You're trying to bring yourself
Mm,
to a situation. And for whatever reason, whether it be somebody, your manager, the team around you, the way, projects or new ideas are handled,
yeah.
is not right or
Mm,
whatever. And but basically, you're just not getting your idea manifested and to the
mm,
top. It's stay. So you're thinking, I'm not being able to be myself, but
mm,
yeah, I'm still
yeah.
coming here. So I'm now becoming this person that kind of fits with what's around me and
Yeah.
not
Well,
really me. And
here's the trouble with that. There's two aspects. One, I'll just say I'm just gonna fit and just gonna become part of the furniture,
yeah,
as I used
yeah,
to
yeah,
call it.
good one.
But
Yes, yeah, we
then,
get the picture. Yeah,
but you don't because there's this still desire, there's still this burning thing inside of you that wants to be more and wants to give more and wants to even receive more in a way,
yeah.
and that never dies, luckily.
Good. Yeah.
if
Well, that's
if
it.
it
Yeah.
did, I wouldn't be here right now.
No, no.
But then it becomes also a habit, and if you don't feed that, depends on how much of a desire you do have within you, and sometimes that desire can be killed because of that quiet quitting. And
Yeah.
perhaps it's a kind of, I don't know what's it called, um, popular phrase, and people want to do that. They just want to go and do their job and come home, but they're not just doing their job because they can't. If they can't bring their full self, yes, you are just a
Mm.
number, yes, you can be replaced and all of that sort of stuff, but also the energy you bring to this specific project and to the table is different for everybody, and that can't be replaced.
Yeah, and can I say something? Well, actually, under
Yeah.
you've just said it. We've all got something to bring,
Mm-hmm.
and in some ways, I think we are unique in the sense that only we can bring certain things to the table, if you like, or to the project or to the day.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And if we don't, it doesn't get done.
Mm.
There's always, oh, well, if I don't do it, somebody else will do it. But there's something unique about me. There's something unique about you. There's something unique about the person or people hopefully listening to
Mm.
our cast today that if they don't bring, then it's not going to happen. I believe that.
Yeah, that definitely is the case. And you know, what is the long-term consequence of you giving up, you quietly quitting? Not perhaps there's very little impact on the company, and you probably past the point of caring what happens to the company at that point in time. But what is happening to you? What is the impact on you? And what is the impact on the people who are with you, who is around
Yes.
you, who is your
Mm,
like your family and your children and
mm.
your husband and people within your family and your friends, people who actually care about you? What is the impact on them? And that's,
It comes back to what we're projecting, doesn't it, Chulai, really?
yeah. Well, what you end up projecting, because there's this desire, whilst there is this desire to do and create and be more of yourself,
Yep.
and that's being killed, and you're trying to suppress, that's the word I was
Mm.
using,
Yeah, good. Yeah,
suppress
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And you cannot do that. So it's like a volcano trying to erupt.
yeah. You
Eventually it
can't
will
keep it in.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually it will happen. And if it doesn't happen at work, it happens elsewhere. And that's why it has to be addressed. So you can't quietly quit. There is nothing quiet about it. You think
Yeah.
nobody knows about it. You know,
Mm, mm.
you
Yeah.
know, and people around you know. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm here, because I no longer was able to keep up the front, keep up the quietness there,
Yeah.
because there is nothing quiet about it within me.
No.
I just wanted to go and shout it from the rooftops that
Mm, mm.
this is no longer what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something else. And if
Yeah.
you're listening and if you're resonating with this, I want you to sit on this and really think about what is it that you're quitting on, and is it really worth it? You know, what else can you do in your life? You are here to create,
Mm.
and up until now you've created, but if you're starting to feel like you're quitting on yourself and getting into this quiet quitting thing, just really take notice, because you only get to live this specific life once.
Mm.
And you know, take the action that you need, whatever that might look like for you right now. To go talk to somebody, reach out to me, reach out, you know, to take, you know, put a comment in the YouTube, reach
Mm.
out to me through email, whatever way you can do that. Talk to somebody about it, because you cannot go on like this, because I know that it will manifest into other things, as we said
Yeah.
before, this ease in your body and other places. So
Mm.
there's nothing quiet about quiet quitting.
We've said this before, and one of the things that really struck or alerted me, or something that I learned from our
Mm,
discussion, is about the physical and health impacts of
yeah,
these things as well. I'm
yeah.
thinking, hang on, that's a bit odd. Why am I getting an aching back, or what? How am I going to
Mm,
get an aching back just because I'm kind of not engaged at work and all this sort of thing? And I was a bit,
mm,
I suppose I was politely having the conversation with you, but I thought, hang on a minute, yeah, it's the
mm.
penny's sunk now. Because we are whole, we are body, mind, and spirit,
Yeah.
and the three need to be in harmony together. And yeah, people might say, "Oh, here we go." This sounds like a load of hogwash theory, but it's true, isn't it? We are all three, we're a mix of all three, and we need
Mm.
to be. If we're not right in one area, we're not right in another.
Well, you know, you're welcome to believe whatever you you want to believe. That's fine. I can't influence that. What I can tell you is the experience that I've had, and that's all we
Yeah,
are trying to do here.
we can't
Is that,
argue with
uh,
somebody's experience. Yeah, carry
and
on.
your mind, your body is driven by your mind. Your mind is the control of it all, and it controls it all. It tells your body how to be, who to be, what to be. And you know, if you go into a gym, you'll see your body is capable of doing anything. You just need to convince your mind. So
Yes.
your mind drives everything. If your mind keeps telling you, I'm not supported, I can't keep up with this, what's going to happen? You're going to have a back pain. You're going to have a knee pain. You're going to feel like you can't, you know, if you've got this anger inside of you, your heel is will start to hurt. There's a whole book about it. We can put in the show notes. People can go
Mm,
back and read about it. Mind
yeah.
body connection.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's very important.
quietly quitting, your employer may or may not care. They won't care as much as you think they will. And um, unfortunately, you are just a number, and you are just part of that, and you can be replaced. on paper,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nothing will
Okay.
replace your energy. So coming back to the question, how do I know whether I'm letting go or whether I stop caring?
Yeah.
Letting go is about doing everything that you can, but then trusting the result will happen. So a bit like the surrender we talked about
Yeah. Yeah. That's my
last
word for
week,
the year.
your word
Yeah.
for the year. But then not caring anymore is like, I can't be bothered with this. I'm not going to do anything about it. There are some bits that you have to let go, like in this case, when, end of years or whatever, they give you these ratings, plucked up the new, thin air, wherever they come from. Oh, we can't give you this rating because XYZ. I was like, okay, because only 10% of the department can get that rating. Oh, that's why. Okay, so you can't argue with that. There's no point wasting your energy arguing with that. And even that rating is somebody's perception of you in that specific period of time. So,
I've been there. Yeah.
and it means absolutely nothing about you. But then, of course, when you're in it and when you're going through the motions day in, day out, you are going to be affected by that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
inevitable. We've all got affected by that in times. And you can constantly, so that bit, you can just completely understand is just a process and you are a part of the process, but you're not the process and you are separate from that process, and therefore you can carry on being your wonderful self as you always are. Or you can just decide not to be part of the process anymore and create your own, like we did.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. There's a thought for you. I hadn't thought of that one, but yeah. Yeah. That's quite
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, that's essentially quietly quitting. And so your body will know, your heart will know whether you're caring or you're no longer caring or you're letting go. So that's kind of, it's for you to discern, but you know already. Trust yourself. Your body will tell you. So don't give your power to so much of the external, but just really know that you are gonna know, because it's going to be in your actions. It's going to be how it's going to start to affect your relationships outside, how it's going to affect how you feel every day as well. So,
I think that's a good time to finish,
mm,
Tulai. So a lot to think about there. Our time is up, so that's a good time to stop, I guess.
yes, it
A
is.
lot to
Yeah.
think about. Well, let's hope we've helped people again today.
Mm.
Of course, the podcast's there for you to listen to as often as you want. Lots more episodes as well in the past, and lots more to come in the future. So welcome to you if you're a new viewer or listener, and if you're a regular, great, stay with us. So you know more of what's coming over the weeks and months. Tulai, thanks very much, and we'll talk next time.